The Girls Viewpoint. There are all kinds of girls and women, just as there are all kinds of boys and men. Some girls are love-hungry in their search for affection and get the reputation of being easy and available. Other girls are too self-conscious, or too absorbed in other things, or too frigid to be at all interested in a boy's amorous advances. The majority of girls neither are afraid of familiarity, nor openly solicit it, but rather are puzzled about what boys expect and about how to keep their love-making within reasonable bounds. Saying it without kisses, some girls have scruples against kissing too often or too soon or too promiscuously. They want to get to know and really like a boy before they let him become intimate. They don't want to get the reputation of being too free with their kisses. Some health-conscious fellows and girls do not want to risk catching any of the diseases spread by mouth with indiscriminate kissing. Cold sores and other infections can run through a high school or college population, causing a great many sensible young people to realize the risks involved in promiscuous kisses. How can you prove to a boy that you like him without yielding too soon to familiarities? That is an age-old question. Some boys just won't take no for an answer. Others act offended and hurt when they're held off. But the boy who likes a girl for herself will respect her wishes and not force himself upon her. So a girl has to run the risk of losing the attention of a few wolves in her search for the kind of date who is willing to be a genuine friend. Letting a boy know what your standards are is one way of helping him accept them. You needn't do this in a preachy way. You might discuss other people's behavior or let your boyfriend in on your dreams, aspirations, and values. A nice boy respects a girl with high standards and likes her all the more for knowing that she has not given other fellows the favors she refuses him. Showing a boy you like him without expressing affection physically can be done in innumerable ways. You might express interest in what he is doing and planning. Really listen to what he tells you. Be sympathetic when he is in trouble. Act pleased at his successes. Showing pleasure when you meet him. Looking into his face when you speak to him. Smiling warmly when he says something you appreciate. Making him some simple little gift. Inviting him to social affairs. All these are ways a girl tells a fellow she likes him. When a fellow gets fresh when a boy goes beyond what pleases a girl in his love-making, she faces a difficult problem. If she allows him to continue, against her wishes, she may be headed for more trouble than she will be able to handle. If she tries to restrain him, she must know how to do it without hurting his feelings or making him feel rejected as a person. This calls for delicate know-how that a girl must learn, in action. The inexperienced girl may wonder, if he tries something, shall I slap him and run, or just run? The more mature girl knows that she doesn't need to resort to either slapping or running in order to deal with the too amorous boyfriend. She wards off unwelcome behavior with a firm refusal to cooperate, accompanied by a knowing smile and a suggestion of some alternative activity. She may say, "Not now, Ambrose, let's go get a hamburger, I'm hungry." Or she may take a tip from Marianne. When her date seems about to do something objectionable, she takes both his hands in both of hers, squeezes them affectionately, grins into his eyes, and says, "You're quite a guy." By doing this, Marianne lets her date know that she won't go along with his intimacy, at the same time that she shows she likes him as a person. A girl's best protection is in anticipating a situation and deflecting it. The wise girl who wants to avoid a necking session keeps up an animated conversation about things that interest her date until she has returned to her door, when she bids him a pleasant adieu and goes in. This is easier said than accomplished. But if the girl is sure of her objective, she avoids anything that points in another direction. She keeps to brightly lighted, well-populated places and away from dark, lonely corners where the situation may get out of hand. It is a wise girl who knows the variations on the "come up and see my etchings" theme well enough to decline an invitation to drive to a lonely lover's lane, to see the view. This kind of know-how often comes from talks with other girls. As girls pool their experiences, they can share their knowledge of various boys and their approaches. And they learn from each other the skills for dealing with various problem boy situations.